Hello, I'm Kurt Owen. Welcome to all you legacy-minded men. Once again, a special shout out to Joe Pellegrino and the staff at Legacy-Minded Men. This important ministry needs your help, and you can do that by subscribing, and also donating. You know, these teachings are changing people's lives all over the world, and you can have that fruit to your account in heaven, and all you have to do is participate, both by liking, subscribing, and also donating. So please do that. I'm Kurt Owen. I'd like to talk to you today about a man in the Bible whose name was Aaron. Aaron kind of has an interesting story if you think about it. First off, his brother is, he's your brother, and his name's Moses, and he's not raised like you. While you're sitting there in the house of a slave, he is in the king's house. He is receiving the best education, the best food. As you continue to be a slave, he goes on to be a great military general and earning the respect of the nation. And then at one point, your brother just disappears, and you don't see him for a long time, right? And first off, think about the jealousy that could provoke in a man. About why does he get to do that? We are kin. The same blood that's in his veins is in my veins, and he is living such a much better life than I am. So think about how that could potentially build resentment. And so as time goes on, all of a sudden Moses reappears, and he's got a crazy story. And he's talking about how God spoke to him in a burning bush, and now he's going to ask you to come with him to face down the most powerful man on the face of the planet at that time, Pharaoh. And you know what? Aaron, he lays aside any resentment. He sees this in his brother. He believes this. He sees that, and he lays aside any jealousy, and he is willing to go with his brother to face down the most powerful man on the face of the earth. And that's awesome, to be able to get past your past, right? To get past where you think you've been slighted, get past where you think you've been done wrong, and then support someone else. And then again, he begins to he follows after Moses, and he's right there with him. He does this. He for some reason, when he was around Moses, evidently he felt strong. But then there became a point at which Moses goes to talk to God, and they've already left Israel. They've already left Egypt. Moses goes to talk to the Lord, and the people begin to convince him that God has left them, and so they need to make a god for themselves and return to Egypt. And unfortunately, Aaron yielded to that. Aaron made a decision to leave the things of God and chase after the will of the people. You know, sometimes we can be really good at certain things like forgiveness and getting free of resentment, but yet we have weakness in other areas where we have the fear of men, and we yield to the opinions of men. And that's important to realize within yourself. If that's you, then your relationships are extremely important to evaluate. If sometimes you end up going along with the crowd, you need to make a decision about the crowd you're with. Look around you in your relationships. Are these men that you actually respect? Are these men and women, because you can learn a lot from women, are these men that you actually respect, that you would have to like to have a life like theirs? Are they wise? Are they good men? Are they kind men? Are they men that will stand up? If they are, stay where you're at, learn from them, and remain strong. If they're not, go find you some other people to hang out with. Because and listen, it's important. Not everybody can stand down the crowd, but when you realize that you can't, that's not you, then the crowd you're around is extremely important. Listen, Aaron, he got through some things, but he had some weaknesses, just like we all do. But he made a decision. He made a decision to keep going on with God. Even after he built the golden calf, he could have run off in embarrassment, but he didn't. He stayed faithful to Moses, even though they had a little bit of a hiccup later. But he stayed faithful to God. He became the first high priest. This is an awesome story about a man, but make sure you're aware of the crowd that's around you. Make sure that you are getting past your resentments, and God will do great things in your life. I'm Kurt Owen, reminding you that Jesus is risen. Victory is assured.